So here it is, another piece in the can brought to you by sex, drugs, and rock and roll. A one-night stand and insomnia laced with booze, cigarettes, and blow. A Saturday night of truths I didn't really want to know. After a night at the Speak my friends had played, I stayed late and helped them pack, and then went back to the house where we stood around the kitchen and tossed back beers and bullshit before we migrated to the garage where I watched my friend and the drummer I'd lusted after for almost a year took turns cutting lines of cocaine and taking a straw to their nose. I watched dumbfounded and awestruck and couldn't remove from my mind the images of bloody noses, of my friend the druggie that can stick a Q-tip through the hole she wore in her cartilage, and all the after-school specials that told me to just say no. I watched this man I adore breathe in that powder, and I thought about his voice, his talent, his kiss, the body I'd spent nights fantasizing about and how it seems he's grown thinner as his hair's grown longer. And my heart broke for the slow destruction of his beauty. Still I stayed, and I watched in fascination as I opened another bottle of inspiration and he cuts another line and takes another breath. All night we talked. They spun, and I listened to random trains of thought that made no sense at all. I listened to grinding teeth and tried to hear noises they were hearing that weren't really there. I felt rapid heartbeats. I saw dark circled eyes and still more lines, and they were surprised I could keep up with them clean. Slowly the night turned to day, and the powder ran low, and our friend went off to get some rest, and so I was left a moment alone with the object of my affection. I no longer cared about his altered condition, and somehow his truth made him more beautiful. No words were needed, only body language, and before long I got what I wanted all along. His heart pounded as hard as mine, but not for me, for the drug. My friend's mom was in church, and I was seeing God right about the time our friend walked in to see his bare ass, my legs in the air, and my lover's shit-eating grin. I couldn't even look him in the eye. He left quickly, and we laughed and finished. We were only half-dressed before the next intrusion. And then came the awkward convergence after the encounter. They all descended on us, talking about the moments that led up to the walk-in and the sheer shock that followed. My friend still spun out, said he was surprised because he thought I was harder to get. I should have said I was shocked because I thought he was better than that. I left downing bottles of water to counteract the poison in my liver, head held high and proud in my beautiful drummer's car on my way home. I thought about the words of my friend. He thought I was harder to get. And I wondered if I made all the same mistakes again. Though sex, drugs, and rock and roll does wonders for inspiration, and the ugly truth can come out beautiful, this evening, that could have been a scene out of a movie, was more horrifying in person than ever on the silver screen. And I wonder if my heart can handle the truth.